Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, you guys, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to the Hood Table one more again, land of the hoodies. I hope you guys have all been having a wonderful day. I don't know if we should call it officially a messy Monday or whatnot, but it's a lot of things going on, and I want to discuss a few things that I heard on the streets of the B sector. And if you can, please like and share the video on your way in. Please make sure you subscribe if you happen to be new here. Feel free to hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of the shows and can catch the replays. And of course, if you want to donate to the commentary, feel free to donate to the goal through Cash App or Super Chat. Now, there's a few things that I want to discuss today. One thing I just have a little tidbit on, and then I'm going to go back and I'll have to finish like another video to get the full details of that storyline, which is a real life storyline. But what I had just heard a little while ago was over on Envy, Manco TV, you know, him and his boo, RNY. They had did a live, and the title of their live kind of threw me off because I saw the notification maybe an hour or so in advance. And so I was like, I wonder what they're talking about. But the title of the show was Lawfully Required to Advise About Calculated Threats Against RNY. And so I'm like, lawfully advise to, they have to come public and let people know about some calculated threats against RNY. And I was like, what? Who out here threatening RNY? Now I'm totally lost. I'm totally in the dark. Y'all know I work a lot. I can't watch everybody. I really try to stay, you know, in the know with a lot of things that be going on in the sector, you know, for the sake of doing proper commentary and not one-sided commentary. But this part, y'all, I'm kind of in the dark. I heard that some things has been going on, has been percolating for like 4 months, like some ongoing threats that has been going on for like 4 months. And it's finally reached, I guess, the boiling point to where they feel like they have to take action. And I guess the threats were towards RNY TV. Now, I saw some people in the chat who were saying things like, well, you know, you sure you guys aren't taking this to the extreme by maybe contacting authorities or YouTube or the FBI or whoever. And I kind of, you know, I don't want to say kind of, but I do stand with RNY when she was saying, you know, why should we take this lightly? Why should we not take this seriously based off of the threats that was said? Now, I didn't hear the threats. I didn't see no threats. I didn't hear nothing. Ain't no little birdie or nothing. Said, girl, they over here threatening RNY. I didn't hear nothing about that, right? So people in the chat were trying to, you know, get them to, you know, release a little bit more detailed information. But for, I guess, the sake of maybe a potential case, they can't like release all the details. But one thing Envy did say was, or should I say RNY, she did say that although they can't release like the name of the person who's making the threats, there were people in that person's chat who was also in Envy's chat today, watching them discuss the threats, who were over there laughing in the chat where the person said it. And I was like, oh. Then I see people in the chat talking about, I hope I wasn't over there. I hope I wasn't laughing. I hope I wasn't over there because I have no idea what had happened. Sometimes I'll be watching shit and putting it on double speed because, some people lives be so long and it be taking forever to try to put it on double speed or red ball through. But I can't recall hearing anything like this. So I do not know where it happened. I don't know who said it. If anybody else has any idea, feel free to put it in the chat or click the link. But I'm just going to give my commentary based off of what I heard. RNY says she's not taking threats lightly. And after she heard about the threats, she actually went to hear for herself. She went to hear for herself. And like some people, they don't play about threats. Like there are people on this internet, whoever internet y'all calling it today, Beyonce, Cat Williams. I mean, y'all be naming the internet everybody, right? Everybody get a piece of the internet, right? So whoever internet it belongs to today, they don't play about certain keyboard gangsters when it comes to threats. They don't take that shit lightly, especially the kind of threat that they issue towards RNY, which I'm really shocked and appalled. Really, because I done heard a lot of things said on here, on YouTube, in the B sector, coming to threats. Oh, meet me here. I'll whoop you up. I'll beat you up. I'll beat up your mama, your sister, your brother. Stuff like that. People doxing. People threatening flag channels. People flagging channels. We hear all that type of stuff. But from what it was said on Envy's panel, it was the manner of the threat that was spoken. And I guess they took action like maybe within the last few days, but it was the weekend and today's President Day. And so Envy and RNY, they're going to officially take action tomorrow, which is the next business day. Because again, today is President's Day. So they figured that they'll go the legal route, which they feel is the right thing to do. And from what they expressed was said, the level of danger, like they were saying, RNY, again, I stand with her. That is not something that you want to talk through. That is not something you want to hit somebody's panel and say, can we have a come to Jesus moment, a kumbaya moment? Oh, no. When somebody issues a threat towards you and they say things like they are going to use a certain type of object to make sure they get you out of here, would you take that kind of threat lightly? And you can use your imagination on what type of object. But when you literally say that you're going to use a certain type of object to take a woman that's on the internet out of here, I personally wouldn't take that lightly. I wouldn't either. As a matter of fact, I'll be ready. And I ain't trying to do no Billy badass shit like that, but I stay ready. Okay, I know what the internet gives. I know what my hood gives. I know what my surrounding gives. I know at any moment I can walk out the house and go to the gas station and some shit can pop off. Like real shit. Like, you gotta stay ready. You gotta stay ready. And I don't know if she's taking some level of precaution as far as like making sure she's prepared if somebody approaches her or something like that. But I truly believe now we don't have no stand your ground, not here, but we do have, we can carry concealed without a permit. We can ride down the street with our shit on our dashboard, sitting in our seat, in our lap. We can walk down the street with it on our hip. Yeah, we can carry concealed or we cannot carry concealed. So, when people make threats to you, you definitely want to take proper precaution. And it's up to that person on how they feel, how they receive the threat. Now, somebody else on here could say, well, they were probably just, just talking shit. It's YouTube. It's the B sector. People beef. Why are you taking it so seriously? Because I was really like kind of taken aback by the person in the chat who said that shit. Like, did y'all not hear what RNY and Envy said? There has been little threats from a certain person for the last 4 months that led up to where they are today, where they are mandated to come public and discuss the threats, because they said if they don't discuss the threats and it do become a police thing or goes to the authority and they ignored it, then that's unlawful. Because if something happens to RNY or somebody else, they were harboring information that could possibly endanger RNY or somebody else. Again, I don't know what was said word for word. I don't know where it was said, and I don't know who said it. But to hear that people in Envy's chat were there in the other chat when the threats was said and people were laughing, that's crazy to me. I think if I was to actually hear somebody say something like that, like they're going to do something very harmful, very explicit, giving vivid details of how they are going to use an object to take somebody out of here, whether it's RNY or somebody else, I know for sure I wouldn't be sitting there laughing. Now, it's one thing for somebody to say, oh, you meet me here. When we go to Vegas, we going to fight. I'm going to drag you, send you home packing, send you home crying to your mama. You know. And like Envy said, it's one thing for somebody to make a threat like, I hope you drive off the bridge. I hope you get ran over by a bus. I hope you, even though that's like, you shouldn't play with shit like that either, but it's the B sector. And hell, we done heard people say, I hope this nigga's in front of me so I can run him over with my truck. I ain't gonna say no names. I ain't gonna say no names. I don't even want to. I'm gonna just sat that right there. Because every time I hear that shit, and she was over there the other day. Now I know I said once upon a time that I'll run him over if he was standing in front of my truck, but you know what? Hey Pam, how you doing, love? Everybody, make sure you like and share the video on your way in. But yeah, I mean, there are certain threats that you just can't take lightly. And again, they couldn't really get into the details. And, you know, I can understand that as well. You know, some people were saying in the chat, please respect them. Let them give what they are able to give. But they are giving enough detail to let us know that somebody in this sector is issuing threats, like really harmful, explicit, vivid threats to RNY. And I'm like, damn, I don't be in Envy's chat all the time. I do remember RNY before she got with Envy, and RNY used to be everywhere. I don't know if they had some type of agreement that she won't hit other people's panels anymore, because RNY, I used to see RNY. I didn't never know what she looked like. I didn't never know. I just knew RNY. I knew the sound of her voice. I know that people said she was really religious and, you know, she'd be talking about, you know, church or whatnot. But I remember seeing her in certain places. And then when she got with Envy, it was like she no longer toured the sector. She kind of just stays over there. You know, I don't know. I don't know if that's some type of agreement, or maybe she was just like, fuck this shit. I'm going to do my own content. I'm going to do it over here with my boo. We're going to grow our channel and maybe make this a business partnership thing. I don't know. But, you know, do what you do. Keep doing what y'all doing, because obviously y'all doing it pretty well, even though y'all be getting some flack, you know, from, you know, people because of, you know, Envy not being from the sector and RNY. You know, you always want to get some negative feedback as well as positive feedback as well. A lot of people don't like when people from other sectors, and we know that to be true. Shit, there's people over here now that people cannot stand, that are into it with people, OGs in the B sector just recently. And they come over here and they do our commentary and they act like they know everything and act like they know the history. But some people really don't like that shit. They really don't. And that's, you know, hey, it is what it is. Yep, you got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You child, when I say I don't leave home without it, like a motherfucking American Express. Y'all remember that commercial, like Jay Wilson be saying, I'll be putting my commercials in. But y'all remember that commercial, don't leave home without it? I'm so serious. Whether I'm going to the grocery store, the gas station, Shit, it don't matter. Somebody house. I don't care. That shit be right under my be right there on my body, on my person. Sure do. I don't even play with that putting shit in purses and putting shit. Nope, that shit be right on my person. Easy access, baby. Easy access. Semi-automatic. I don't play. I don't play. I don't got no little one either. I ain't got no little one. Shoot, she's talking about pew pew pew, like more like bam, bam, knock your ass just smooth the fuck out through another room. I ain't playing with nobody. But yeah, you definitely gotta stay ready. And when people are making threats like that, I definitely would not take that seriously. So I absolutely understand. I don't know what RMY did. I don't know what she said for somebody to take it to that point. Because again, saying that you will take an object and take some and make sure, they said make sure, they gonna make sure they get RY out of here. I'm like, damn. I've been watching RY over there for a minute, ever since they did they pop out on us. When she went to visit him and they did they pop out and they was at the club or at the bar, whatever, and everybody was like, hold up. I thought it was a meet and greet for like your subbies. They was like, oh, we meeting and greeting, all right. It's just us. It's just us. I'll probably do some slick shit like that too. If I was to meet up with somebody, I'm like, yeah, I'm just going out of town to visit my cousin, to visit my siblings or my aunties or whatever. They just pop out on your ass. What's up, bitches? But yeah, the way they did that, that was real cool. That was real cool. But yeah, so somebody has said also, when somebody said, aren't you being a little bit extreme? Somebody else said it's not extreme to go to the police if someone threatens your life. And if you take it serious, and it's not extreme. If somebody threatened my life here in town or on the internet, I'm going to take that shit seriously, especially if it's a certain type of threat. I'm like, our wife was like, she's been dealing with anxiety ever since she heard it. As she should. And again, some people might say, well, it's the B sector, it's YouTube. You shouldn't even be taking it that route. You shouldn't be. And see, I don't know exactly what route they're going either, because when somebody said, talking about the police or whatever, they was like, oh, we didn't call the police. Envy said they didn't call the police, but they were mandated to speak about what was going on. And again, I don't know exactly what that means, to be mandated. I don't know if they have a certain position, or I don't know, because they said they took action over the weekend, but being it was the weekend, authorities, they don't do too much on the weekends. Then today was President's Day, so of course ain't shit gonna happen today. And he said if they were ever to think about, going to the police, then she would have no reason to come on here and talk about it if they had went to the police. So I'm assuming that there's somebody maybe above the police that's probably going to be involved and investigate this. And whoever made some threats, child, I'm sure they got the screenshots. I'm sure they got the transcripts. And Envy also said he wants to make sure that nobody is blindsided, just in case somebody has to be questioned, unless somebody gets a phone call. You said, I remember RY said the worm was here 10 years, months 3 were not here for 10 years. Huh? RY said the worm was here 10 years. What worm? What you talking about, honey? You said we need proof. Oh. You have to be, wait a minute. You have to be careful. Worm might be running. Oh. You know what? Okay. Okay, so he did. That's one thing he did say as well. He did say this is not a play. Like they not putting 20 on 10. This is a real threat. Is that what y'all call him? Worm? I don't know, Pam. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if they went to somebody else. I don't know. And see, that's one of the main things that kind of lost me was when they were saying that they were mandated. Now, the only time that I have ever heard about being mandated was like if you work for a school or if you're a doctor or if you're a daycare, if you're a CPS or if you know, things like that, and something happens to like a child or something happens to like an elderly or disabled person, and you know that something's going on and you are mandated to report the shit. Just like when we found out all them years later, people thought that, you know, Vince was the one who reported Bradley over, you know, Lil Pay, and we come to find out years later who the real person was who reported it and how somebody told them they were mandated and they need to report it. They got to report it and whoop, 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 whoop. And it was reported. So I don't know. You calling Cap? You think it? Hold up, Pam. Pam. You think it's all Cap, Pam? But they said that people were in the chat who heard the person issue the threat. They said there was a lot of people in the chat that was even in Envy's chat today. And he said the same people that's in their chat today, some of them were laughing when they heard the threat. So I don't know if I can call Cap if there was a whole lot of people in that person's chat that heard the threat. So it's not like they're saying, oh, we heard this threat. They're not giving precise details, but they are saying basically, without saying who the CC was or who panel it was on, that people in their chat right now, because I guess when they was going through the chat, they probably, you know, saw names that they recognized that might be in their chat. You know, just like if I was somewhere and I heard somebody issuing threats against me, and I might have saw some people that be frequently in my chat and see laugh out louds or smiley faces or, you know, shit like that. I would be like, first of all, I'd be like, y'all was laughing at this motherfucker. Block, 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 bickety block, 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 bickety block, bickety block, bickety block. I'll be blocking all the motherfuckers out my chat. I don't care who you are. If you were laughing at somebody issuing a threat, somebody trying to take me out with a weapon. So I don't know. I wasn't in the chat. I wasn't in the chat. Yep, I've been here for a very long time, since the beginning of time, But I don't be knowing everybody's nicknames. I really don't. So when you said Worm, I was like, who? Just like the other day, I said yesterday, I was yesterday's years old when I found out who Leatherface is. I'm like, who the fuck they keep calling Leatherface? I ain't gonna say the name of the person, but I'm like, oh, you know. You know how it is. We might be here for years. We might have been here 6, 7, 8, 9 years around here or longer, but we can't watch everything. We can't see everything. You know, I try my best. You said, okay, hold up. You said the Halloween party was supposed to be a group, then it was only one person. Yep, it was. That's what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a Halloween party or meet and greet or something like that. And then it turned out to be only R&Y. Yeah. They popped up out on us. They sure did. You said this weekend was wonderful. It was low vibrations. I'm out. All right. Deuces. Have a good rest of your President's Day. But yeah, I'm like, it's crazy though, because I'm up here like, I don't know R&Y personally, but I'm like, damn, what kind of shit would make somebody issue a threat like that? I don't get it. I don't get it, but Envy did ask R&Y, you know, how does she feel about going forward, doing commentary? Envy said they might end up doing like different type of commentary, maybe. But R&Y said she's good, you know, she's good to continue on doing commentary. She just wanted it to be said what was going on since they said they were mandated to do it. And they're going to move on, however they need to, and make whatever moves they need to. They basically put the information out there, so whoever said the threat, I'm sure it's going to get back to them. And they're going to know that there could be some consequences and some repercussions. They also said they don't know how long YouTube might take to, take action. I don't know either how long YouTube might take, but child, if somebody's threatening somebody with a weapon, I would think that channel probably would be gone in no time. Because it don't take much just to rewind and go through a video to hear somebody saying some shit like that. I mean, YouTube has taken channels for less, right? For bullying, harassment, but for somebody to actually say they gonna take somebody out in a certain type of way with a certain type of object, yeah, I wouldn't tolerate that. I wouldn't tolerate that either. I would definitely, take precaution. I can't imagine somebody telling me some shit like that on here. Oh no. But I was just saying. I thought you were just saying I'm out. I'm like, okay, all right, see you later. No biggie. But you said we need proof. Sorry, I'm on mute. Okay, well, how about this? I'm sure somebody will probably say something. I gotcha, Noble. I gotcha. Pam said, tee hee. No, Pam, I'm sure somebody in that chat, somebody who heard something, saw something, they gonna say something. We gonna find out soon. Trust, Pam. We gonna find out soon where it was said and who said it. Y'all know how shit gets around. Child. You said I haven't been tracking, just saw the post on Envy's wall. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, did he make another post, or are you talking about the post that he was making to reference the video they was going to be doing? Let me go there to see if he made another post. Let me just check. Okay, no one. Okay, I'm reading it. Okay. So the first one they made a day ago. This one they made an hour ago. Okay, it says no one called the police, and I did say that they said they did not call the police. So Envy said about an hour ago, no one called the police. We clearly stated that RNY was contacted. This is not a situation that anyone should utilize to discredit and or trigger her. Although that is the case legally, we cannot force anyone to move a certain way. Please note, this is not directed toward any particular person. So they did not go to police, and they said somebody contacted RNY and told her about it. And then somebody commented under his post and said, when people bring it to YouTube, they are going to talk about it. And then we said, true, but there are many ways to present commentary. All in all, RNY is asking for it to be respectful. And there are plenty ways of, bringing across commentary, and Envy should know that as well. Envy should know that as well. We all discuss a lot of different type of commentary, and sometimes a lot of us don't give a damn how we present it, or how messy we present it, or how scandalous we present it. Not I, of course. I'm just trying to make a point. I'm trying to do a little light comedy here. I'm just trying to be a little funny. But I'm just trying to say that they're right, Envy. If you bring it out here, people are going to talk about it, and you cannot control how people respond to something you present on this platform. You can ask for people to be respectful. You certainly can. You can ask for people to be respectful. And I am trying to be respectful by saying, objects and saying different things like that, because I'm sure we can figure it out what type of object they were trying to use. And again, I said already several times, I probably would feel the same way RNY did. I'm going to take this seriously. If I heard that somebody, and the thing about it was, they said somebody contacted her and she wanted to hear it for herself. So they went to hear it for themselves, and they heard it for themselves. They heard it straight from the horse's mouth. So I don't know. What's up, bro? Shaker? How you doing, Shaker, baby? But Pam said it's still suspicious. But Pam said the reason why it's not suspicious to me is because of the simple fact of what they said during the live. I watched the whole live. Now he did put it on private, so some of y'all didn't get to watch the live. But I watched the whole live, and as usual, I take notes. I don't be replaying people's shit unless you the news station. I don't be replaying nobody's videos over here. So I take really good notes. And one thing they did say was they went to hear it for themselves, and there was people in that chat who supports their platform as well. And some of the people are laughing when they heard the threat. So I don't know. Y'all can take that however you want. I wasn't fair, but just because of that right there, why would they lie? Or why would they, because obviously there were people in the chat. People can come live right now and say, yep, I was there. I heard it. Yep, I know who said it. And I'm sure it's people running behind the scenes right now, passing bones, carrying bones, saying who said it. Mm-hmm. Yep, you already know. Matter of fact, I might find out by tonight. Let me hit up a few people in the back chats. But yeah, I would, yeah, you would take that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why some people wouldn't take that seriously. I mean, if I was to sit up here and let's just say Pam is in the chat. If I was to sit up here and say, oh, if I ever ran into Pam, I'm gonna take a ... and I'm gonna do a ... on site ... Like, would you take that seriously, Pam? Or would you think the hood table is just over here juking and jiving? I would take it seriously. If I heard Room Shaker or anybody else say some shit like that on their panel, I'm gonna take a boom, 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 and I'm gonna go over there and doom, doom, doom. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Some things you have to maybe take seriously. And I do understand that we have keyboard gangsters. We do have people who grew up in the most sheltered lives, who maybe went to the most prestigious school, had everything they need while they was being brought up, never struggled, never was out there struggling to survive, scraping and scratching, trying to get, you know what I mean? Like, they will get on here and act like they the hardest motherfucker out there on the block. And be up here talking all that, bumping their gums, talking all that yin yang shit, like they about that life. And they ain't about that life. They ain't about that life. They is not about that life. Man, child, get these niggas out in the hood. They be like, where's the exit? Where is the exit? But they be fooling some people. But you can't fool. You can't. Like I always tell somebody, you can't out slick a slickster. You can't out hustle a hustler. Most people, from certain areas, they know game. They know game, and they know when somebody trying to pull an okie doke over you. What up, Kimberly? How you doing? Hey, love. But yes. And what's up, Vibrant? How you doing, beautiful? Welcome, everyone. Make sure y'all like and share the video, please, and thank you very much. But yeah, so that's on that. If anybody wants to hit the link, if they got anything else to say about that, or if they know something, please feel free to hit the link. Now, I do have to go back and watch a few videos, especially Jay Dunn, because she did bring up some updated information, I guess, on the Yusuf case. And Yusuf actually made a post on his wall. So hold up. Let me go to it. Okay. So y'all had heard that Yusuf had got a bond, but nobody knew if he was actually home, if he had actually got out. And so I guess he is home. And so he made a post that said, to my supporters, let's see. It says, to my supporters, community, and those who have followed my work over the past 12 years. I am aware of the allegations circling online. I categorically deny these accusations. The matter is currently pending before the court, and I have not been convicted of any crime. Because this is an active legal case, I cannot discuss details publicly. I am cooperating fully and look forward to resolving this through the proper legal process. Or process, as some of y'all say it. For over a decade, my work has reflected my value, my commitment to integrity and advocacy. That has not changed. I understand that headlines and online commentary can create strong reactions. I ask for patience and fairness while due process takes its course. An accusation is not a conviction, and the legal system exists to determine facts, not social media. I appreciate those who have reached out to support. And then he signed himself Yusuf Glenn, aka Yusuf, aka Yusuf Zeta, aka. Okay, so that's what he posted on his community wall on YouTube. Now, and when I went over to Jay Dunn's, because I only got to listen to a little bit because I had already scheduled my live and I didn't even know that she was live or that she had went live. So the only part that I heard Jay Dunn say is that there was no proof of any contact or anything like that. Basically, it was a Grindr app situation. It was an underage child on the Grindr app. There was some communication between allegedly between Yusuf and an underage child. Words, texts, pictures. There's photographs, pictures, being sent, but there was no contact. And Jay Dunn said the only reason why it was found out was because of a parent, a guardian, who had found out that there was this conversation going on between allegedly Yusuf and an underage child. So now y'all can take that how you want. Please go watch Jay Dunn's video because I'm headed right over there and I might do commentary on it maybe tomorrow because I already did 2 shows today. So I might do commentary on it tomorrow. But that's what was said. So just from that little bit that she said, if the child was underage and he had no idea, that would be one thing. If the child was underage and he had an idea, that's absolutely something else. That's absolutely something else. Child, you know what? People do it all the time. People have people who die and they on YouTube the next 5 minutes streaming for hours. People be having kids sick in the hospital and they be on YouTube commenting in chats. I mean, people do the weirdest shit. You know what I'm saying? But, no shade, no tea. But if he felt the need that he had to come out here, I'm sure he had his reasons, especially because he does have he does have a following. He does have people who used to watch his cooking shows, used to watch his trending news, his celebrity news. He got supporters out here. So I'm probably sure that, he knows people are out here talking about the shit. And he just wanted to let it be known, please be patient. This is going through the courts. He hasn't been convicted of anything because, the rumor mill, we get on here, we get to talking. And that's why I said allegedly. But that's me, Pam. I promise you, Pam, that's me all day, every day. I'm on here for entertainment. I'm on here to be entertained by y'all, even though some of the shit be some fuck shit and some of the shit be like, I ain't watching that shit. I'm not entertaining that shit. Nope, y'all ain't gonna get no more plays over me. And then sometimes I'm like, okay, let me just see what the fuck is going on. And I just like to come out here and give my commentary to what I see, what I hear, what I watch. I try not to put too much of 20s on 10s. I try not to put too much sauce on shit because I don't like to be too biased, because people have a problem when people are too biased on here giving commentary. So in order to keep it as non-biased as possible, I try not to put too much on it. I just like to talk about what I see, what I hear. And you can go over there and you can watch it for yourself. Now, again, Envy did put his video on private. So if you missed it, you missed it, child. If you missed it, you missed it. But Jay Dunn, again, she did go live giving some updates on the Yusuf case. So when I get off of here, I'm going to go over there and watch that and check that out. And then I don't know, I might find something to watch on TV. Somebody sent something to me, my little TV show friend they sent a show to me. They did say Memory of a Killer, but I'm already watching that. Memory of a Killer is a good one, y'all. If y'all ain't watching Memory of a Killer, that's a good one. Again, Cross is back on. Season 2 of Cross is back on. There's another show called Traitors. I can't remember if it's a movie or if it's a show, but it's called Traitors. They suggested that one to me. You know, me and my friend on here, we be discussing a lot of different TV shows, you know, because you can't always watch YouTube. We can't, it ain't the Rona no more, y'all. It ain't the Rona. YouTube ain't the only thing that's going on. What up, TC? You said drop the link. Okay, boo, I'm gonna drop the link. What actually, it's actually pinned, but let me go ahead and drop it again. Hold on. Let's see. Did I copy it? Hold up. Hold on. Okay, yeah, the link is pinned, but I'm gonna drop it again. There you go, TC. You see it? And thank you for dropping my links in the Cash App as well. Thank you so much. Vibrant, one of the best to ever do it moderators out here. Come on through, TC. All right, there she go. What up, beautiful?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, honey, how you doing?
I am super fantastic. Happy Monday to everybody. Happy President's Day or whatever it's worth and whatever. Okay, hello to the chat.
Yes,
Just happy.
Monday. Let me make sure this is Happy Life. Happy Life?
Happy President's Day.
What's up?
I like that cake.
What's up? Yeah, that's my banana pudding, strawberry crunch, Oreo crunch. That's a triple threat. Triple threat.
Wow. That's good. Looking good.
Threat, baby.
Yes.
Hey, Happy Life. How are you?
Hey.
Listen, I had a couple of things I just wanted to say. Hey, Just Andrea, how you doing? What's up, Vibrant? And to everybody, I've been really, really busy, so excuse me, y'all. But a couple of things I just wanted to address in a sort of very, very tactful sort of way.
Is it about
number one,
envy stuff?
It's overall etiquette and protocol as it pertains to professionalism wherever you go in life.
Okay.
Okay. But I just want to ask you, did you get my email?
No. When did you send it?
I sent it yesterday. It was in reference to the marching when I was marching. That's why I wanted you to show it. Yeah, it's a fun. It's like 1 minute long. That's it. Bottom line. I was at my homecoming. I was trying to, I was telling you about that the week before. But anyway, let me just say this. I've been saying this for.
Okay, go ahead.
I've been saying this for some years now. And now, what we call it, the chickens come home to roost. Okay. Thank you, Malcolm. Mm-hmm. I guess I'm reflecting, y'all. So just give me 2 seconds. I'm reflecting because today, for the first time, I went to the Black Museum in DC. You know how you see, all of us, especially if you're over a certain age, we've seen like a lot of the pictures, eye on the prize, blah, 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 things that's going on in our community, family, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But when you see all of it in one building, from bottom to the top, you say how did we do it? I know how we did it. But I mean, that is a question. Valid question. Now, moving forward, That was in the past. We're living in the present. Moving forward, one of the things that folks are trying to do as it pertains to laws, cyber crimes have laws to it now. They have narratives to it. They're identified. Their names to it. A wide variety of them, and their statutes of limitations that go along with it. Some states are now, when people in their own state, they better check it out. Just like, with the taping, you have, like one party and two party. Different states gonna have different things. At the end of the day, just be mindful, be cognizant of what's going on in your state, because they're trying to make the statutes of limitations on cyber crimes limitless. Which means a lot. So that means that, just say, for the sake of saying, because the hood table, I know you wouldn't do this to me. But say you said something about me, TC and her bald headed self.
Mhm.
Okay.
Crazy.
And that was in 2026, right? Right. Of course, I recorded it and everything, right? And I noticed how you said something about everybody in the chat, the laughing, the gaslighters, all of those people, the instigators, the ones that just band-aided the situation, had something to say and didn't really know that I was bullheaded or not, right? So say, for instance, let's just say hood table, because you look good, because we Capricorns. Let's do it. You 30 years old, I'm 35, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what a limitless statutes of limitation cybercrime can do?
It can go way back.
When you hit 60 and I hit 65,
they trace it all back to when you were 30.
And I can file charges against your 30, 60-year-old behind, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
From back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Now, folks, and let me say another thing, because I'm a stickler for this. All of this is gonna affect the children, the grandchildren, the great grand, all of that. Because see, you good government jobs. Let's just go to the good government jobs. Whether or not you go into them, if you're in after high school, you get a good government job. After high school, or even after college, those good in military, same thing. They go and they do what they do. They knock at neighbors' doors just to verify who you are. They do a whole vetting system that is incredible. Okay, that's why people who quote unquote have good government jobs, if you will, good government, oxymoronic, whatever you want to call it, right? You know what you go through to get there, and why lose it over dumb diddy dum dum stuff and hanging around dumb diddy dum dum people who don't have anything to lose themselves. Amen. Okay.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay. All right. Thank you, just Andrea. You know what I'm talking about, sis. Now, so you're 60. I'm 65. I'll bring charges up against you. Now, let me tell you what the lawyers are saying. Because see, the fight. There is a fight. I don't know if people are watching it, because I can't watch every daggone state, y'all. Come on, when I bring stuff up here, check with your own states, please. Okay, I have about 5 or 6 different states that I check on, because I have family members and people that I know, and places that I frequent. But come on, check with your own states. But let me tell you what the lawyers are saying. They're like, this is a cash cow for them. You mean to tell me that somebody can be 30 and then 60, limitless statutes of limitation? The barristers, the lawyers, the bar are jumping up and down in their chairs. Now the legislatures they having a hard time with this, because their whole thing in the courts. And so they're looking at it from a totally different perspective. They're talking about tampering. They're looking at the integrity of compromising, all kind of other things, that kind of thing. So this is a major thing that's going on, and so forth and so on. Here's the thing. There's going to be a couple of states that are going to try it. Of course, they're going to, because they're talking about it. They're going to try it. And so all I have to say is this. Hood Table, I love you, but you lied on me. You said I was bald headed, and I'm gonna take you to court when you're 60 years old. Now that's sad. You know why that's sad? Because when we 60, 70 years old in jail. Here's the other thing. Even if it doesn't go any further, just to be accused about something that you did that was dumb, and I don't mean you, Hood Table, you plural, that you just did out of folly and entertainment, and people are like, you couldn't have found any better entertainment than that? What kind of dumb idiot are you? Not you, Hood Table. So I'm saying that, and now you disgrace your children, you disgrace your grandchildren. By that time, you done had some great grandchildren. You was the cool auntie. You was the one that everybody come to. Now people side eyeing you, looking at you like, auntie, really? What was going on? What you doing? Okay. So I'm just saying, people, think about what you do. And then of course, your children are going to try to get really good jobs, go to college, maybe get into, the CIA, or who knows what they're going to get into. Even if you have a good job or you get like your own, entrepreneurial job, and you have your own businesses and things of that nature, you don't think that people are not checking on each other as much as people check on everybody? They're going to be like, let me check out. Okay, let me check out. All right, let me go ahead and check out Happy Life. Yeah, he said he has an excellent business, and he has contracts that he's applying for, and he has a contract with the city, and so forth and so on. And you go out there, and the city gives you about 4 or 5 contracts, and you get some great contracts, and all of a sudden somebody Googles Happy Life just to be nosy. And they're like, Happy Life? What? This guy was... Do you know what he was doing? He can't come to our house. He can't come to... I don't want him around my folks. Because he's been around some salacious, nonsensical, dumb, idiotic stuff. And I don't mean you, Happy Life, but I did use your name, so I'm sorry. My apologies. And so this is terrible. This is really terrible. People, when we're getting into this kind of stuff, this is terrible because it's going to affect us in the end. All of us.
Well, not only besides that, TC, and hey, Sassy Boo, I just typed in the chat what's going on, but he put the video on private, but it's about an hour-long video earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody made some threats to RMY, and they said that they're going to use an object.
And the Hood Table. And the Hood Table, from the past, people got that. Somebody got it. Somebody has it. And somebody has all the people that were in there.
And that's what I was saying earlier, because some
people
not believing that it's serious. And I'm like, but there were people in the chat who heard it.
Look.
So I'm going to not be there. Oh, it's a CC. Please, girl, it's a CC, a content creator, was threatened with an object. Somebody threatened to take her out of here with an object. And so they're taking action, serious action over that.
It's a
But
shame.
and as I would too, I'm like I don't know how RY personally. I don't know why anybody would want to do something like that to her. But I would take serious action too.
Everything is serious. Okay. Even if it's 30 years later, everything is serious. Cappy, I'm gonna get down because you might want to have some other people come up, and ask some more poignant questions.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you, and I've always said, because we are Capricorns, and we're more rational in terms of our thinking. Continue to stay neutral. Continue to stay where you are. You see what I'm saying? And you
Mhm.
do a great job at it. And I just want to say, I just want to give you that little bit of whatever, so that you continue on doing what you're doing. But there's a way to do everything in this world.
Mhm. Thank,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay. And I just wanted to say that. Hey, Kimberly Black.
You said
But
I don't
anyway,
know who was doing the last threat. They didn't say. They said they could not say who it was, but they said the people in the chat who was there know exactly who it was.
some you know these people. And come on now, they already know, and everybody and everything. People just do too much. Attention is the worst drug in this world nowadays. People just need it too much because they didn't get it when they were younger. They need it
Mm.
now while they old farts. And it's unfortunate that they do these things. And old fart meaning a 30-year-old fart. That could be a 40-year-old fart, whatever it is. These people need too much attention when there's things and people out there that they could probably gain attention from if they went out and did something in the world.
But
That
see,
was
Mm.
what I was going to say earlier, and I'm gonna mute you because your mic's squeaking when I talk. But
okay. Now, but I'm gonna listen, okay? But
okay,
thank
okay,
you,
all
thank
right,
you.
hon.
Peace out.
All right, talk to you later. Okay, so what I was going to say too, not only that, will people, some people might, take action and press charges or go to the authorities or whatever, but we have to keep reminding ourselves, and we shouldn't have to, but I do it every now and then. You have to remember that whatever we put on here is on here. Like people can private a live, they can put it on membership, they can delete it. You can have your whole YouTube channel taken away. You can take the channel down yourself and hide the whole channel. It's
Mm.
so many people on here that be recording what y'all say, what y'all do, y'all whole shows.
Mhm.
Y'all see when people lose a channel or when people channels get snatched, here comes a troll or somebody else playing all the videos, all the throwback videos, all the videos of they probably doing something or acting a certain type of way or stirring up some shit or involved in some shit. Like people probably got disk drives up to the damn ceiling full of
Mm.
content from recording
It,
us.
it's dangerous though, because they can play something back from 2010. Oh, I got a
Exactly.
video of you showing your naked body and dancing around and doing all sorts of stuff. I'm like, dang.
Exactly. Because I ain't gonna hold you. There's been times when I didn't recorded people, and I still do, especially if I know it's the people who put their shit on private or they put it on members. And if I think it's a real good live or I'm about to get some real good tea, I sure will. I'll have my shit on record. Sure will. A lot of people
Mm.
do. A lot of people do. It's not uncommon, and it ain't nothing new. People been doing this in the sector for years. For years. I won't replay nobody's shit, not on my platform, even with permission. And people had given me permission before. Go ahead and play that. Nope, 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 nope. Because like people say, shoot, people can fall out after they done gave permission. Somebody use their shit and they come back try to strike your ass.
Yeah, they will come back a straight child. People striking and flagging and making
Absolutely.
death threats, and I'm just like, man, the internet could be a dangerous place, man, because flagging is there.
especially the false flagging. Kimberly said the important part about videos on YouTube, they are always uploaded. Absolutely. Always uploaded on YouTube service, regardless if your channel's deleted. And Pam said, until I see it, it's caps mandated and put it on private. Okay, I'm on mute. All right, that's how you feel, boo. But Police girl, I hope I answered your question because they didn't say who it was, but they did say that whoever said it, there was people in their chat who was listening to Envy and them today while they were explaining the threat, the alleged threat. And they said there were people over in the chat when the threats was taking place, and some of those same people was in their chat today listening to them.
Lord.
So some of y'all know who exactly what it was. I don't know because I wasn't there, but some of y'all know exactly who said it. And
Man, I be out working and doing stuff, man. I'm glad to be a sub and just watch from the bushes, man, because stuff get hefty.
Yeah, TC said there are external departments outside of this app that record every live. Oh, I definitely believe that. I definitely believe that.
Even the government is recording live.
Maybe the government, maybe you never know. You never know. You never know.
I wouldn't be surprised, like, okay, if all hell breaks loose and then the government, the people take you out of their houses, right? Then they get you interrogation room and they're like, well, what was you doing over here at such and such YouTube? And then they'll question you about it. I would not be surprised. Then you might get arrested.
Did you ask Sassy was she going to a meeting? Sassy said she got a phone call. She said she'd be right
Sassy.
back. Sassy always be in the meetings. Sassy, she impotent. Always in a meeting. But yeah, that's all I got. That's all I wanted to talk about was what I heard today.
She's always going to the meeting.
And I did give a little bit of tea on the update on the Yusuf case. But again, head over to Jay Dunn's. It's on her backup channel, Dun Data, if you want to hear the rest, because that's exactly where I'm going right now. Matter of fact, let me find her video. Put the link in here. So I'm putting the link in here in the chat to Dun Data's backup channel where she was discussing the updates on Yusuf's case. So feel free to go over there. She did the live 3 hours ago. And Yusuf, he made a post on his community wall. I read that a minute ago. If you want to go over to Yusuf's channel, you can feel free to go over there and read the post for yourself, even though I already read it. But yeah, that's all I got. Anything you want to add before I get out of here?
All right. So I will be saying the favorite catchphrase. So make sure y'all be safe, be vigilant of all times, tap me on the shoulder, and always keep it hood.
Look at Happy Life trying to say my little ending. All right, Happy Life. Thank you, Vibrant. But yes. So you guys make sure you like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you happen to be new here. Feel free to donate to the Cash App or to the Super Chat to help support the goals. And I have been doing very good, you guys. I've been doing very good. People here and there have been supporting the goals. And I've been coming live damn near every single day. I think in the last month and a half, I only took off like maybe 3 days. 3 or 4 days at the most. So I think I've been doing pretty good trying to, come through as much as I can. So I do appreciate you guys. You said you want a mod and I coped it. My bad, Vibrant, my bad. The Right to Know Act has something to do with this also. Okay, that's what's up. Thanks for that information, TC. TC always got some good information, some good knowledge to present to us. Always. Miss TC, HBCU queen, okay, or HBCU guru. Thank you so much, Kimberly. I appreciate it. I'm trying to, y'all. I'm trying to, okay? Sure, jumping back in, sometimes it's like riding a bike, and then sometimes it's like, okay, where the pedal at? Where's the brakes at? Oh my God, where's my basket? Where's my bell? Where's my, But yeah, it's been cool. It's been good. And I appreciate all the engagement always in the chat. Thank you so much. I'm gonna check my email. I was checking it while you was on the panel. I don't know if it might have went into my junk. I'm gonna have to check it because I didn't see anything, but I'm gonna double check when I get off of here, okay? All right, I promise. I promise. Matter of fact, I'm still looking through it right now. So maybe I overlooked it, but I'll keep looking. And I'll respond to you. But yep. Okay, you guys, on that note, just like Happy Life said, the statute of limitations. Oh, thank you. Let me highlight that. Happy Life, you said check my Happy Life. You better not be sending me no email. Or is you mocking TC? Don't you be in my emails, Happy Life. Now we already friends on IG now. We already friends on IG. Oh, you said fire taxes, pay on to Caesar. Pay on to Caesar. All right, y'all. I'm out of here for real now. Okay. Stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember. Hold up. You said you coming there. You coming here for real, Kimberly? Don't play. Don't play. I will make you some cake. And you want a t-shirt? Okay. Keep me posted. Keep me updated, okay? All right. But yes, stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to keep it hood. I'm out. Bye.